from one horrific crime caught on camera to another, and the man who's been seen on social media taking a selfie with a deceased body, apparently him anyway, was in court today. The Sibanye-Stillwater mine worker accused of stabbing and killing his colleague at a hostel. The shocking selfie photo with the deceased went viral on social media over the past few days. Reporter Hloni Mtimkulu was in court today, and she joins us now. Hloni, I mean, this is just horrific. This is a man who, who was murdered and then disemboweled, and his murderer took a selfie and posted it on social media. I mean, it beggars belief. But talk to me about who was in court and what happened in court.
Yeah, so the man that appeared in court today is a 43-year-old. He is a mine worker at the Gold Kloof operations at Sibanye-Stillwater, and he is from Matatiele, we were told. He is married. He had at least one child, because we heard that his child passed away earlier in the week, last week, and this is kind of part of the unfolding of what happened on Thursday. So he appeared in court for that accusation of murder. I mean, it's a bit complicated also because there's video evidence of him doing this. The police in their statements, the NPA in their statements, talk about him as being the accused, that he gave the police the knife and all of that. But of course, we still have to be just in terms of how we refer to it. It's still a bit complicated. But basically, yeah, he has been accused of stabbing his colleague multiple times and killing him. And then police arrived. He handed over that knife to the police, leading up to what we saw today in his first court appearance today. There will be a formal bail application that does happen on Monday next week, as well as he's getting legal representation, which he said he'd like a week to prepare to get all of that, Sally. So we can hear a little bit of just, it was a very short appearance, a very formal, nothing spectacular, I guess, came out of that, given just the magnitude of this. But let's just hear a little bit of those court proceedings.
Your Worship, no previous convictions, no pending cases, and no outstanding warrants of arrest, Your Worship.
How long do you need to appoint your attorney?
Re batla o tseba he ntate hore o hloka nako e kana kang hore wena he o tlo kgone ho tlisa moemedi wa hao ka mona ka pela lekgotla. Ha re kgutlisetsa molato ona morao o hloka matsatsi a makana kang hore wena he o tlise moemedi wa hao ka pela lekgotla ka mona na a tlong ho emela a kere wena o itse o batla moemedi o tlang mo patala go tswa dipokotong tsa hao.
Matsatsi
7 days, Your Worship.
You know, Hloni, I think what he did, and it does seem like, he was actually just waiting to be apprehended. There's clearly some sort of story. How many details of this case came out today?
Today in court, very little, but speaking to people on the ground, and now we have a statement from the NPA. It seems he went to this hostel to look for the deceased. So the accused went to the hostel to look for the deceased, this Liseding hostel. Now, what we were told today was that neither of them actually stayed at this hostel. So it seems that he may have been either looking for someone else, and then this guy, we also heard that he was actually looking for someone else because of the workplace issue, and then also this guy. But basically, earlier this year, around June or July, there was an altercation between the two, where the deceased is said to have attacked the accused because the accused poured water on him, or accidentally poured water on him for whatever reason, and then the deceased got upset, assaulted him. And in that assaulted him so badly that he was injured, and his left eye was injured. The accused reported the matter to the company.
This is Sibanye.
To Sibanye, yes. And in the handling of it, he feels that we are told that he felt aggrieved because it wasn't handled as he would have liked. For one, he then ended up also being charged with a disciplinary matter arising from this, and he felt like, I followed all the right processes. This man attacked me. There's video evidence of him attacking me. There are witnesses of this attack happening. Yet I'm ending up also accused of this thing. So it almost felt like he was failed by the system. And when that didn't yield results, he went to the police as well. He later complained with the police. He was told that this man will be arrested. This man hadn't, and he was meant to be arrested, we're told, 4 weeks ago. And in the intervening period, he wasn't arrested until last week. He was meant to be arrested last week, wasn't arrested. And it seems, plus with the passing away of his child earlier in the week, that
his child died.
His child passed away earlier in the week. Last week.
Do we know how and what age?
So we don't know the circumstances. We were just told that his child passed away last week. And it seems in all of that was happening, you know, I want to say he snapped maybe. We don't know.
Obviously,
but
we don't know,
told,
but it's...
It seems that just took him over the edge, given that this had been happening for 4 or 5 months. He had been hoping for this outcome. He was then charged as well. He had a warning of some sort, something like that. So it seems he was aggrieved, and it may be just the handling of it, we're told, he wasn't happy with, and that's how he ended up committing this crime.
So we're talking about a man who... says he was assaulted at work. He lost his eye, which I think... And what was his profession? What was he doing at the mine?
He was a shaft timber assistant.
So it was a physical job, and he was unable to continue his duties?
Well, so we're not sure if he was unable to, but certainly his eyesight was affected from what we've been told.
So a traumatic event.
Yes, and that would have affected
permanent injury. He was aggrieved because he felt his employer had not fairly
come through for him.
Sorted it out. And the police had not, and he'd approached both of them.
Yes.
And then in the past week or so, his child dies. So we could be looking at some sort of psychotic break.
Possibly.
Particularly as he killed this man, but then he disemboweled him, which is horrifically gruesome.
Very graphic, yeah.
But then he puts it on social media.
Yeah.
This is not someone who's trying to run away. So if I look at just the images, the demeanour of him in court, he looked so calm.
Yeah.
So talk to me about what you picked up from looking at him in court, if anything.
Yeah, so I think that was the thing, that compared to what we saw last week, and even just the videos that you saw, just sort of that the violence and just the anger, I guess it is, with which the stabbing happened. And what happened today, he was very calm and very quiet and very, just even in the answers, he didn't speak much when he was asked. He answered everything and he understood what was happening, and he was very alert and aware of what was happening. But he just, it was none of the sort of drama that we had seen last week. So we'll see, I guess, over the next few weeks, and certainly next week when we come through for that bail application and for legal representation, in what state he is, and if you'll get any more information in terms of the motive, the actual motive beyond the speculation, and just the sort of people that are involved, what their lives were like. I do want to add, Sally, we did also try to get comment from Sibanye, obviously, because we had heard of all of these accusations. And just to say, so they won't comment directly on the accusations made against them about the handling of this matter. But they did say that they're shocked by this, that there's counseling that has been offered to their employees as well as the affected families, that they're also then launching their own internal investigation. And once that is done, they'll be able to say a little bit more, especially in terms of the allegations that have been leveled against it. But they didn't want to comment directly on those. But just to say, we know this has happened. Yeah, these are our employees.
It is an absolutely horrific case. But thank you for bringing us up to speed. That's our reporter, Tloni Mtimkulu. Let's now focus